Enemies moving on an objective in Sector Charlie.
Battlefield 2042, the next iteration of this beloved franchise, comes to us with gorgeous visuals, large-scale battles, and a slew of problems. What's up guys, Veteran Gamer here, and for the purpose of this review, I will be splitting it into two parts. The first part focusing in on Battlefield 2042, the second part focusing in on Battlefield Portal. So kicking things off with Battlefield 2042, let's talk about the visuals. As this historic franchise has always had, great graphics. This graphics in this game is absolutely second to none. This applies to both the main game and the Portal experience. And in my opinion, these visuals are the best looking FPS game to date, hands down. It is fantastic to look at when the weather effects kick in. It's amazing. The destruction is nice. A lot of the visuals is just top tier. The audio is also good as in Battlefield franchise, with the epic explosions, gunfire, and voiceovers from the characters. The only issue with the audio, particularly with this Battlefield, is the footsteps. The footsteps audio is off, much like it was in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Oftentimes, you will be misled by the audio. You would think that a person's coming from one side, but they're coming from somewhere else, and that is something that definitely needs to be looked at. Another issue that needs to be looked at is optimization. Playing on PC, I have a 10700K with an RTX 3080 Ti, and even then I struggle to get 90 frames per second at max settings 1080p with ray tracing off. So the game definitely has optimization work. I do not have any experience with this on consoles, so I can't vouch for how it performs on any of those platforms, but I can't imagine it'll be much better than what we got on PC. I spoke earlier about the weather effects in this game, and the weather effects across the 7 maps are absolutely fantastic. Whether it's a sandstorm or a tornado, it really is jaw-dropping to see. But not only does it a great scene to see, but it also affects the gameplay itself, as if you get close to the tornado, it will pull vehicles. If you're parachuting, it will pull you away. So it does actually impact gameplay and not just there for showcasing purposes. The gameplay itself has a Battlefield feel to it, and it is overall I'm mixed on the experience with the gameplay. For some reason, I don't know why they did this, there is a bloom factor when it comes to shooting, so you're gonna miss shots that you should be hitting for some stupid reason. I don't know why they put it in this particular game. It's supposed to be realistic. However, I'll also say that the flight controls are absolutely dog shit. I don't know why they stray away from what worked perfectly. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 had great flight controls, and I don't know why they changed it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And for some reason, they tried to fix it, and then instead, they broke it. When it comes to the overall progression of this game, standard Battlefield progression applies. So you will level up, and as you level up, you unlock more weapons. And as you use said weapons by getting kills, etc., you will get the attachments to unlock further weapons. In terms of overall content, Battlefield 2042 is actually very lackluster. So the main game 2042 has 7 maps out of the box, and unfortunately it only has 3 game modes. One of those game modes is Hazard Zone, and in my opinion, it is pure dog shit. The player count is capped at 32 players. It is very boring and slow paced. Although I will say that the specialists do fit best in that mode, it clearly needs some work before it can be like an amazing mode. The other two modes are the Defacto Conquest mode, as everybody knows what that is. And the other mode is Breakthrough. Now, Breakthrough is a variant of Rush. It is similar, except you have to cap both points at the same time to be able to advance to the next section. And it is overall a good game mode to play. I spoke about the specialists, and the problem is they do not fit the Battlefield formula. I don't care what DICE says, teamwork is ruined with the specialists. Previous Battlefields with the class system and how the classes work was much better for teamwork. I find that with the specialists, it just negates team play, and furthermore, half of the specialists in the game are useless, making the other half the only ones that are really worth using. Two of which are locked, the one with the grapple hook and the one with the wall hack, both of which are unlocked through regular progression, which is great. But like I said, half of them are useless in the core game experience. I spoke about how the game lacks content, and that is no more truer. There is only 22 weapons in total, including sidearms. This is why everybody can use any weapon they want, because if you could only use LMGs, well, you only got like 2 LMGs. And that's the problem. And because of the lack of weapons, in combination with the maps being way too big, I don't care that they upped the player count to 128, the maps are way too big, therefore making weapons like SMGs and shotties virtually useless. So although you have 22 weapons, it's actually less because some of those weapons are not even worth using to begin with. But that's enough of the actual 2042 experience. I'm going to switch over to the Portal experience. And this is the big reason to buy Battlefield 2042. Portal. Portal is stealing the show for this game. I spent more time in Portal than I did in 2042, playing the classic Battlefields 1942, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3 was much, much better, especially with the modern engine. Although they only had 2 maps per Battlefield game and not all of the weapons were there, that classic Battlefield experience from those games is most definitely present. But Portal being part of the package is both a blessing and a curse. It is a blessing in that people like me can get all this nostalgia to play classic Battlefields, as well as do some fancy customization and have our own games. The bad issue is that, well, it really showcases that the older Battlefields are still the better games. Regardless of which one of those classic Battlefields you play, they are more fun than 2042. And if you're buying this game and you're spending more time in Portal, are you really playing Battlefield 2042? I don't think so. You're playing whichever classic Battlefield game that you want to play, or whatever custom game you created for yourself. It's great that the community can make their own stuff and it adds significant longevity to the game. I hope DICE adds more content to the Portal mode, but at the same time, it's just like, hey man, just give us more classic Battlefield maps and stop supporting 2042, because the classic Battlefield experience dwarfs 2042's experience in almost every way possible. I had more fun in classics. The pacing of the matches were better. The map design was better. Everything was better. The only thing that 2042 offered me that I liked was the weather effects within the maps. That's it. Everything else is like, nah, I'd rather play classic Battlefield than 2042. 2042 is just, it's not good compared to the classic feel, and that is the biggest problem with this game. Aside from network issues, which, the game is not available to everyone, there is network issues, there's optimization issues, there is a lack of overall content. The core gun mechanics don't feel that great. For a full price product, this game feels incomplete. And in terms of 2042 specifically, I am not a fan of the direction that they took with the specialists. I think they ruined the experience. I am not a fan of it. I am in the camp of the community where the classic Battlefields and the classic classes, the 4 classes that you've come to know and love when it comes to Battlefield, is the better way to go. I feel that this game should have been in the oven for 6 to 8 months more at least. Probably better if you pushed it to a year. It's just, I did not have a good time with the core 2042 experience, but I had a great time with the Portal experience. And at the end of the day, I cannot personally recommend a game for full price when only a small part of it is worth playing for. To me, the way I see it, Battlefield 2042 is best if you have EA Play. You're willing to wait the 6 months and it comes to for free for EA Play. Or if you can find it for a sale price. I would not recommend buying this game at any point for full price. There's not enough here to warrant it, and what is here, half of it isn't very good. The other half is, and this is all on top of the many issues that I spoke about. Gunplay, optimization, bugs, glitches, network issues. There's just not enough here to warrant the price of $60 US. But that's just my opinion. What you people do with your money is your business. In saying that, I personally can't recommend Battlefield 2042 at full price. So I'm giving Battlefield 2042 a 6.5 out of 10. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.